Double-digit thousands.
Hey, and we are back for another episode of Last Week at Westlane. I hope you guys are doing great and having a great day so far. Man, 2.5 weeks left of school. Oof, we're almost there. And this Friday is our social justice showcase. Our social justice students and safe students have been working super hard on it. It is going to be amazing. This Friday, May 14th, 1 to 4 p.m. Make sure you check it out. There's going to be a t-shirt contest, art contest, writing contest, the works, everything. Make sure you check it out. In the spirit of that, we had Last Week at Westlane group go around and ask people, what is equity to them and what is social justice? Check it out. Hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back.
I'm here with Mr. Allen and Ms. McGee, and the question today is, what is equity to you?
I'll start off. So when I think about equity, it makes me think about the picture where you see those 3 children who are standing at the gate.
On the box?
Yeah, on the box.
I remember that box.
Right, on the box, right?
Yeah.
So then you have like the tall person who can see over the gate, and then you have the middle person who they're not as tall, they can somewhat see over the gate, and then you have the other person who can't see over the gate, right? And so then they end up taking the fence away, and then everyone can see what's happening. So when I think about equity, it makes me think about the fact that everyone is at the same playing field, so then they can all have the same opportunities.
Exactly. For me, equity is how you are able to accommodate all of our young people and our staff right where they're at. So even though we may have to stand on this box, no box, a bigger box, but it should make a difference because we're making our students feel like we're all in this thing together. We're just at different levels, and that's how we have to share our equity or show what our equity is.
I think since we have these 2 children that have come to join this, they should also be asked the question, like, what do you think equity is, Landon and Shanti?
I answered that question already.
Landon already is.
Yeah, but I'm saying it. To me, equity is making sure everybody gets the same thing, nobody's being left out, and everybody needs the resources they have.
And I would say
they need,
my bad, Landon. I would say what I said again, equal rights.
Yeah, I like you hit them the same, giving them resources to get what they need for the accommodate for the same education.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So thank you
You
so
guys have a
much.
great day.
Hi, it's Amelia. Last week I was saying I'm here with Maya, Landon, and Cameron. What is equity to you?
I feel like equity is like everybody's equal. You give everybody the same love as you'd give another person.
Yeah, I feel like equity, like everyone's equal. No one's better than anyone. Everyone's equal.
I feel that.
My name is JoJo, and today I'm here with
Tyran.
Kendrick, Jay, Landon, and today I'm going to be asking all these 4 good people one serious question. What is social justice to y'all?
Racism.
Racism.
Racism and justification.
I agree with these 3 gentlemen. Racism is very bad. That's what social justice is. You gotta make it better, you know.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's my favorite.
I'm here with Mr. Garrett, and our question is, what is equity?
For me, I would say equity is giving everybody the things they need to succeed.
Second question is, what is social justice?
Ooh, that's a good question. So social justice, I think, ties in with equity, right? It's how we get to that point. What are the things that we do? What actions do we take to give people what they need to succeed?
I don't know about you guys, but I know that one thing I do love is reading a good book. Oh, wait. No way. Look at this. It is written, this book, Failing Towards Destiny, is written by no one else other than Michael Allen. So to congratulate Mr. Allen and to give you a little inside scoop on the book, we had Last Week at Westlane crew interview Mr. Allen about his new book, Failing Towards Destiny. How cool is it? Mr. Allen is an author. Come on, we'll check it out.
So I'm Coleman, and this is Mr. Allen. We all know
who I am, who he is. But recently, Mr. Allen actually wrote and published a book, and there it is. It is called An Uncomfortable Move, Falling Towards Destiny.
Failing towards destiny. Failing towards destiny. Failing. Anyway, go ahead.
First of all, we're just gonna ask him some questions about his book. But do you wanna give a little summary?
Sure. Well, this book was inspired from me when I was those of you know that I've been in education for about 20 years now. But over the years, I've mentored several young men out of all races, all cultures, and ethnic backgrounds. But I actually started writing this book back in 2017 when I started working part-time at the hospital. I work with young men who have some behavioral issues that are in trouble for probation, or have been kicked out their homes or through DCS. And a lot of our young men that I've been working with, it kind of inspired me. Well, wow. There's just listening to their stories and combined with the stories I've dealt with over my life as an educator, I thought it would be an honor to give back, because we all fail, we all fall, we all mess up. But that mess up is one step closer to that one thing that you're trying to reach. So basically this book is, just to summarize the book, it's just like a pick-me-up book, a motivational book that although you fall, although you fail, there is a comeback. I write about some specific stories in my life. I'm that comeback kid. I got expelled from Eastwood Middle School. They put me out. They didn't want to have nothing to do with me because of my behavior, because of my personal issues. They kicked me out of school. But I'm here today, right now. I'm an administrator back in the same district that kicked me out years ago. So I tell you that anything is possible if you continue to believe in yourself and push forward.
Pretty deep. First question.
I love this guy.
What was your motivation to keep pushing through life?
I guess the motivation to keep pushing through life is because if I don't, nobody's going to live my life for me. So I thought about my brother was murdered in 1994. That was a huge thing, because to watch my mother at the funeral, to watch my mother find out that my brother was shot and killed, and see that pressure on her, and see that her heart feel like it was broken because that's her firstborn. So my motivation was, I can't let the same things happen again to my mother. I don't want to see my mother fail or fall or cry like that again. So the biggest motivation is to make my mother proud of me in spite of my mess ups. And also my motivation is, I feel like I'm a role model and everybody's watching me. So I want to make sure I'm on my A game, because I don't know somebody's always watching. So that's one reason why I feel like the biggest motivation is to push forward, because you don't know who's always watching you.
Right. How has Westlane played a role in your journey?
Oh, this has been a huge pinnacle in my career. Not only my career and my personal life as well. I think I've actually learned a lot being a teacher here. I started off here as a substitute teacher, working just teaching social studies. But because of my personality, my rapport I build with students on a regular basis, that swooped everybody in like fire. And I think just being here, building a relationship with families, with teachers, my colleagues, and I feel like it's actually allowed me to grow more, because I started off just as a substitute teacher, but they've seen the leadership skills in me. They seen more than me as a teacher, and I saw more of myself as a teacher as well. So it's actually had a huge impact, because it's allowed me to learn and grow. And exactly as I learn and grow, I'm learning from you guys, and I think we're learning together to make Westlane a better place.
Have you always wanted to work in education and schooling?
No, not really. I think I changed my major in college several times. I wanted to be a doctor at first. So I took some pre-med classes and a lot of science classes at first. And I said, I got reality. Then I want to be, because I love math. So I said, maybe accounting would be something. Mm-hmm. And didn't want to do that. Then I actually started working my second semester in college. I started working at a summer camp at the Y. Fell in love with that job. And I was there, ended up starting as a summer camp counselor, then a director for something. I became the whole camp director, so that was huge for me. I just fell in love with what I did. And then I became a substitute teacher throughout college, and I just fell into education because that's something that I'm good at. I get it naturally, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. Has there ever been a big figure or person in your life that's motivated you to be better and held you to that higher standard?
Wow, I have had several people that made a huge impact on my life. I think the biggest impact that I can say that really pushed me to grow will probably be 3 people. My mom, I talk about her in this book. My dad, I talk about in this book. And I dedicated this book to my brother, my older brother, even though we had totally different types of lifestyles. But he was a motivation of what I didn't want to do. He was a motivation that I didn't want to go down that road. He wasn't a bad person. He just took some detours because he wanted stuff his way. And I knew I didn't want to do that. And my mom, she was a single parent, so she pushed me throughout all my downfalls, all the things I messed up with. She was that number one person who stayed in my corner and my dad. So I would say they were huge impacts on me because they were my role models. Even though they were separated, they weren't married, but I can always go to my dad and my mom. They was always there for me.
Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Allen, for sharing all that, and thank you for all that you bring to Westlane. Well, that's all the episode that we have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're interested in being in Last Week at Westlane next year, come talk to me. I'll probably have interviews in the next few weeks to decide who are the crew members for next year. Because it's a home, like then on my advisory class, there is a limited number of people, but we want to include either if you're going to be an 8th grader next year or if the 7th grader, you're free to apply. There'll be a list of questions. You can fill out a little contact sheet so that I can call your advisory teacher to send you down during a win time to ask you some questions. And I'll clarify a little bit more, and Mr. Peacock will around the announcements. But anyway, remember, every day, every Wildcat gets better. Cheers. Peace out. See you.
Double-digit thousands.